Alright, welcome back to the channel. My name's Joe, and in today's video we're going to be testing out my excavator mounted hitch receiver and counterweight tool that I built for the back of my machine. The reason for doing all of this is because I have a Rut Manufacturing 28-inch disc mulcher that I have on the front of the machine, and it weighs like 700 pounds. So when I'm extended over my tracks with the boom all the way extended and tilted up, the machine was real rocky. So I want to see if I could fix that. Also, in fast movements with that, while you're reacting in the bush, brush mulching, sometimes the machine would be unstable. So I want to see if adding about 150 pounds, 170 pounds or so to the rear of this solves some of those issues. So we'll kind of start in the order of what I've done to this machine here on the rear end of it. This machine is about 6,700 pounds or so, and I have a Rut Manufacturing 28-inch disc mulcher that I can put on the front of this thing and reach down into pond banks and ditches and reach up as high as the excavator can go to trim trees. What I've noticed though is this excavator is fully capable with the hydraulics and everything as far as power goes. It's a 24.5 or 24 point something horsepower machine, and for its size and weight it's got good power. Flow rate's like 14 gallons per minute, and I believe that brush mulcher calls for 13 or 12, so it runs it just fine. But there is a balance issue when you're over your tracks mowing or mulching with it. It tends to be real bouncy, and you're not always going to be able to go in straight like the machine is with your blade down and mulch. That's the best scenario to mulch in. But when you're going along a ditch line or a pond bank, you don't always want to have to turn the machine to get straight to the edge. So I wanted to be able to efficiently and safely mow over my tracks. So that's what I decided to do. I saw that they had existing holes on the top of this counterweight already, and the guy at Bobcat told me that's because when they hoist these up, they have some eye bolts that they thread into there, and they're able to lift these on to secure them in place. So I had two secure points there, and then I had two secure points here. What I did was I went to a company. I told them my idea. They're local here, Norden Manufacturing. I'll put a link to them in the description of this video. But I had a couple drawings, and they have a machine that can like rotate around the part that you want to create or recreate and get all the accurate measurements. So I had them do that for me, and they cut all the steel out and tabbed and slotted it, and then I assembled it here in my shop. It's just a 2-inch receiver that gets bolted on to the E26. So as far as the counterweight goes, I just got this steel from a customer of mine I did a brush mulching job for. I was telling him about my idea to add some counterweight to this, and he had that laying around. He was a machinist, and he did his calculations on it, and it came up with about 100 pounds of weight for this steel plate. And then I added this tube steel on the outside of it just as more aesthetics, but I wanted it to look kind of like a brush guard and act as one as well. So when I'm backing up into some like multiflora rose or buckthorn or something, I have kind of a push plate to hopefully prevent scratching the machine a little bit more. And then I just added that eye and then the two chain hooks there on the bottom. Who knows what we'll come up with for that. But if you have ideas, right now the ideas are endless with having this 2-inch receiver on the back. The only thing that you're limited to is if you have the weight out and you have, if you are towing, you can only tow with the cab in this position, because this machine rotates, right? So that's why a lot of guys put their 2-inch receivers on their blade, so it's a fixed spot. But then, your boom's kind of in the way as well. So we'll see what we can come up with. I might add some more to this blade. The last video I did about excavator modifications, I was trying out our dozer blade extension, and that kind of just was a bust, to be honest with you. I had 2-inch receiver tubes on either side of this welded to the blade, and then I had like a plate that would slide in there, The plate was too high. I was hitting it with the boom during cleanup operations. I designed that so that all the material wouldn't fold over my blade when I was doing cleanup stuff. But I was looking on the old Amazon there, and they make a bunch of ATV attachments for like food plots and forestry work that plug into a 2-inch receiver. Then it's got like a threaded rod knob that will raise or lower the implement into the ground. I'm not sure if I have enough clearance for that. An ATV's off the ground, half the distance that is. But this so far has worked out pretty good. I've lifted some heavy logs and rocks with it, and I can tell that the machine is more balanced. Now if I have a lighter attachment, like my ripper or my 12-inch bucket, we might get a little more rocky or so. But this was solely designed to be on the machine when I have heavy items on it, like the brush mulcher and this heavy rake riddle bucket. So that is as far as that goes. I'll show you the tolerances of the machine and how close and how accurate I had to be with all the obstacles. All right, there you go. So it still is a little bit tippy with the boom all the way out and that mulcher tilted up like that, but I mean, you're gonna have that with the leverage. But the fast transitions where I go from up high to down low, or where I turn my boom real fast, the machine is not jumping as much as it used to. Before, if I did a fast movement, the whole rear end of the machine would come up. So I'm definitely gonna say this helps. And if I need to, maybe I could get some tractor suitcase weights and plug them into the back to get a little bit more, but I don't want to add too much weight to this thing, but I definitely think it's capable of some more. So I'm going to call this project a success. I definitely feel comfortable making those transitions while brush mulching. Well, leave your questions or comments down below. I'll try to answer them the best I can. If you have any more ideas of what we can do back here on the rear of the machine, let me know in the comments. If you aren't subscribed, please do so. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers. I don't really make a lot of videos begging for your attention or begging for views and subscribers, but we're close to 1,000. So if you are interested in what I do here on Pathfinder, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Go over to our Facebook page and give that a like as well. Follow us over there. I do try to post daily content over there, just through pictures and some short videos. And then as I get time, I try to keep you guys updated with this. This channel is more designed on, modifications and, I don't know, what I like to do here. I post some time lapses from time to time, so I can play those at the home and garden show that I advertise at in the spring and just show people full-length jobs. So if you have any questions or you have any content that you'd like to see, leave that in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.